walled gardens that we previously had. So we're going to be able to truly enable that globalization cross-border trade across the world for the first time. So in 5 years' time, where it's going to be, I think value will be derived in the trillions because excuse me, because we will be transacting with new markets and new customers. And then I think in about 10 years' time, the way you send money on your mobile phone to a third party and the way you buy and sell goods, it's going to be like that, but global. You're not limited to your local country or your local jurisdiction. So it's going to be seamless. And in the back end, no one's going to care how it works. They just want to know, I can do business with this company in this jurisdiction and everything's okay, and we could trust each other.
Quant CEO saying a year ago that in 5 years' time, value will be derived in the trillions. Quant targets the space as an infrastructure provider, enabling seamless global trade for the first time. So I think now we're 4 years away, which is incredible. But let me show y'all the Quant Network / Constellation Network partnership. So this is a technical integration overview. So it's an internet for automation with IoT and edge devices. If you guys don't know, IoT means the Internet of Things. And here's the PDF. If you guys are interested in this and having the link so you guys can see this for yourselves, let me know in the comments. I will link that down there. But what this is saying is that the IoT, or the Internet of Things, is projected to be a $1.6 trillion market by 2025. And here a year ago on October 2020, Quant CEO said the value will be derived in the trillions. So there's more confirmation here from this document from November 2019, a year before this even. So this is 2 years now, saying the same thing. It's going to be projected to be 1.6 trillion with nearly 28 billion devices coming online by 2022. The beautiful thing about Quant and the Overledger is that it's DOT agnostic. That means it can work with any blockchain infrastructure, system, network, and DOT solution. It doesn't matter what it is, Quant can work with it, and we've seen it here with this integration between the DAG and the Quant network. So this is going for that IoT $1.6 trillion market. So it says that while bad data is currently costing the world nearly $3 trillion a year, malicious data, bad data could lead to economic catastrophe that is nearly unidentifiable as the threat vector is not overt. Redundancies across blockchain integrations, alternate consensus mechanism, and the ability to secure streaming data pipelines will become a new standard. So this is why Quant is going to solve that problem, bro. This is the problem that it's solving. The Quant's use case is to bring interoperability to every network, legacy system, DOT, you name it. And this is going to be the key, the API, guys, that you can utilize to reach those networks without having to go to each one. You just have a plethora of networks available for your choosing because of Quant, because you're able to use that token on the Overledger to transact, to operate, and to sign those transactions, whatever it takes for you to utilize the Quant network. You're going to be able to utilize that with the Quant token. And with this whole integration and partnership, you're also utilizing the DAG token, guys. So I'm going to show you where that comes into play. So it says Hypergraph, which is Constellation's network, consists of hundreds of node operators that validate the data piped in through APIs. Our scalable network uses DAG in the following ways. This is how Constellation utilizes their token, DAG. So this isn't just any sort of token, bro, that you're buying. This is actually going to appreciate in price because of the utility, because of the use case that it offers for this IoT market. Ensure high throughput on the network while cryptographically securing certain data sets to buy and sell validated data. An example would be purchasing validated transit data to enrich a connected city. That deals with smart cities in the future. Enterprise pricing may be conducted in USD on a message event / API pull basis. Standard billing practices by hosting provider, but will be converted into DAG by Constellation on behalf of the client. Another thing I want to talk about is this right here. So it's talking about the relationship will achieve 3 main objectives. Constellation will create a connector to the Overledger, enabling sandbox test environments and production-ready deployment. Constellation's infrastructure tools, which is the Hypergraph, will enable data scientists to define every aspect of the data pipeline with a couple transformations of code, minimizing the pre-process step of data engineering. The partnership will allow the creation of a thriving network of IoT that securely references data sources while providing trusted and validated public data feeds to enrich interoperating connected smart cities. So this is doing what IOTA promised to do, basically, for the Internet of Things and for their vision of smart cities in the future beyond 2025. This partnership and integration will not only provide a scalable infrastructure that supports the real-time verification of streaming data, but will provide developers the necessary tools to create secure data pipelines. Invariably, this will create a complete ecosystem and one-stop place for blockchain solutions while establishing new standards and capabilities for data and next generation of applications. So this is all thanks to the Overledger, because it's that one API, that one key that connects to every single blockchain infrastructure, network, legacy system, cryptocurrency utility. Because this is the best part about this is DAG and Quant. The solutions and integrations outlined by Constellation and Quant will leverage the respective cryptocurrencies in the following way. So it's saying that it's going to utilize those coins directly, Quant to DAG, to ensure the creation and throughput of a scalable audit trail of production-ready IoT data. Enterprise clients will be able to purchase licensing and services through Quant, validated and trusted data across the Constellation Hypergraph to enrich IoT data sets. So now that you heard a bunch of technical information about, DAG and how it's going to work with Quant, and in general just how that whole system is going to operate, this is how you run a validator node, guys. It requires 250,000 DAG tokens that need to be staked. You can also earn passive income in the form of DAG tokens back into your wallet, because this is how the network is secured. This is very interesting, but 250,000 tokens right now is going to cost you around, let's do the math, 250,000 times 0.28 cents. It's going to be around $70,000. I remember, guys, when DAG was literally like 7 cents, and you could get a validator node for around $17K, $18,000 depending on the day. That's crazy how they've gone up in price so much. But this is for all you guys who enjoy passive income opportunities and landing on them, and getting in early, because getting in early counts, because eventually, guys, after enough time, all those rewards are going to be compounding, and it's going to make the difference for people's retirements and financial situations. But this is a Constellation website, so as you guys can see, it's very professional. They are actually partnered with the United States Air Force, so you got a military branch on here. A blockchain-based initiative from the United States Air Force will employ Constellation's Hypergraph network to provide data security with the Department of Defense's commercial partners. So they actually have a contract, guys, with the U.S. Air Force. And Constellation is also partnered with AWS, and Amazon Web Services is also partnered with Quant and Ripple. So just to show you guys what kind of project this is. This isn't even a project. This is a massive ecosystem, because they already got AWS on board. They got GBA, which is the let me find this. This is the Government Blockchain Association, already on board with Constellation. You got Portland State University, which is actually a Hyperledger member. Go look it up. You already have KuCoin as an exchange working with this. Network LCX, which is the Lattice exchange, is also a very undervalued project, I believe. AWS Government Cloud, the Air Force and Space Force, they're also utilizing this network, I believe. Molly, not the drug obviously, but you know what I mean. This is an ecosystem partner. Quant is also a cryptocurrency project that's connected to the Constellation network. But yeah, these are the community partners as well. As you guys can see, Decisive Point is on here. Sophenia, IEE, I don't even know what this stands for, but it looks professional. It looks like it's some organization to do with blockchain. Yep, it is. Yeah, so this is a legit project, guys. I mean, the U.S. Air Force, they know what they're doing. They're not going to partner with just any blockchain. The Constellation had to have been tested and proven for them to even be in the conversation, and in talks with the U.S. government. So this is just to go in detail about the Hypergraph network. So not to be confused with the Hyperledger or the Hashgraph. This is a little different. It sounds similar, but it's different. You got state channels or microservices. They're calling it a revolutionary protocol, which is the HGTP protocol. The core elements that make this up, you got node validators / miners, is utilizing a directed acyclic graphic or DAG that performs consensus concurrently and maintains topological ordering designed for high throughput data pipelines. So this is very scalable consensus model. Distributed consensus. The XRP ledger is utilizing the consensus algorithm. So a lot of these very scalable and future proof blockchains are utilizing consensus instead of proof of stake, which is very good to hear and see that. These are the wallets, guys, that they're offering. It's Stardust creation. You can install the Stargazer wallet into your web browser. You have access to multiple addresses. You can send and receive DAG tokens. There's a seed phrase connected to this, QR codes, full transaction history for income tax reporting. All that, bro, is here. This is coming soon, apparently. But yeah, this is how the DAG token works. You guys can pause it and read this. But it's also useful for on and off P2P or person-to-person payments. For any serious data processing or data exchanges, more throughput is needed. This is acquired through DAG micropayments or by contributing resources as a node operator to the network. So you get rewarded in DAG tokens when you're staking them and operating one of these validators. This is why this Constellation network just works, guys. It's amazing in my opinion. Let's actually look at the tokenomics. So there's 1.27 billion DAG tokens that are circulating right now in the supply. There's a total max supply of 3.7 billion tokens. So that means that when this token reaches $1, guys, the market cap will have to be around 3.7 billion. That's what the fully diluted market cap will have to be. I don't know about the real market cap because we don't really utilize market caps in this crypto space, guys, to predict prices. We kind of utilize more volume and liquidity metrics to do that. But either way, it's just an idea to throw around because a lot of people like utilizing market caps. They're so used to that because it's just right in your face. But there's 44,000 people that are watching this on CoinMarketCap, so this is flying under the radar in my opinion. This is a epitome of something that's flying under the radar. This just means that no one's really looking at this. I'm sure this has a higher market cap that we see here than something like AOBT, for example. It's slightly higher than AOBT, I believe, by not much. Yeah, see, it's only 100 million more than AOBT. How much more than API 3? Let's look at it. It's around 200 million more in the market cap than API 3. So yes, these three projects that I'm mentioning here, API 3, Alliance Block, and Constellation, they're all working together. So they're interconnected. Just look it up, guys. I made videos about this on my channel, so you can actually connect the dots and see how all these are working behind the scenes. No one really sees it unless you go and research Hyperledger, what they're doing with Corda, and then you start seeing the big picture of how this is going to transpire. But guys, this is 28 cents literally. The circulating supply is probably as big as let me give you an example of something right now in the market. We're talking about 1 to 2 billion. So for that, we're gonna have to compare this to something like Theta. I wouldn't say Theta. Yeah, Theta you could say, because it's the full amount is already circulating of 1 billion, and Theta's $5, but we've seen it go up to as high as 12, 13, 14. So shout out to whoever got into this early. But I want to say something that's very similar to this would be like the Clayton token. So this right here, as a 2.5 billion circulating supply, is literally hovering a little bit above $1. There's another example here that I want to show y'all, man. You got see, I'm scrolling by circulating supply, so I'm filtering this from basically smallest to biggest. Obviously the tokens that have the smallest in circulating supplies are going to be more scarce, and supply and demand is going to make it higher in price if it's doing something, if it's utility based or if there's hype around it. But that's why Quant is at these prices really early compared to other projects. But EOS, yeah, you could compare it to that. Let's see, basic attention token, Theta, and EOS right now, because their circulating supplies are very close to what DAG is. you can, have an idea of where this could go in price if you just add, a few more $100 million to the, market cap. So if say you add like $500 million or even $1 billion to the market cap, you'd get to those prices where DAG would be like 60, 70, 80 cents to maybe $1, because it is a token that has 1.2 billion circulating. So yeah, tokenomics matter, guys. All that stuff you have to keep in mind when you're researching a token. I wish I could see how many holders there is of Constellation. I think I used to know the number. I'm just not entirely sure right now. But if you do go to the blockchain explorer for DAG, you will see that it just shows you how you can search transactions and stuff, but it doesn't tell you like holders or anything. At least not that I know of. If you guys know how to find out how many people are holding this token, let me know in the comments. You guys can help me out with that. But yeah, this literally has been it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video, man. My price prediction before I go for this is if it does do what it claims to do with like Quant, and it actually undertakes that whole $1.6 trillion market with IoT and everything. I mean, just it's simple math. Here's 160 billion. Here's 1.6 trillion. So you divide this number by the total max supply. What this is basically, it's 3.7 billion around there. It's giving me an invalid number, of course. So we're gonna have to just input it manually. So what you do is you gotta divide the big number, which is the market, right? The potential market, and by 2025 for IoT and everything that Constellation is working with Quant to tackle. That's 1.6 billion. So you get that big number. This is 1.6. Did I say billion? I meant to say trillion. You guys know what I mean. You divide that big number by the total supply of Constellation, which is 3.7 billion. We're gonna round down right here. Pretty simple. So the potential for this to go up to $432 if it takes over that IoT market by 2025. This is where it could go in prices. The potential is very high that it can get to these prices, maybe even higher with more utility and other use cases. But yeah, this is what we're seeing right now. This is not financial advice. This is just my own personal opinion. But yeah, $432 per DAG token is possible. And then when you also keep in mind staking and people that are running these validator nodes is going to become more and more scarce, because people are going to want to earn those rewards in the form of DAG tokens so they can utilize the network even further, and so on and on. This is going to cause a cycle of supply and demand, and it's going to make the price go up exponentially. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, definitely leave a like on it. That helps the YouTube algorithm. Also, comment anything, literally, that will really help me out. That's all I ask for. I'm not shilling any random off-brand Doge Shiba Inu token scams. I'm not doing any of that. So all I ask is a like and a comment for the YouTube algorithm, and if you're new, to subscribe. And yeah, I love y'all. See y'all later. I'm out.